An opportunity for the sprinters, in theory, on stage 2 of the Giro di Sicilia. 193 kilometres from Canicattì to Vittoria. A battle to get in the breakaway, with King of the Mountains points available at the only climb of the day at Mazzarino. And those points were taken by Michael Belleri for a second day in succession, extending his lead in the King of the Mountains competition. Also competitive at the only intermediate sprint of the day at Barrafranca. A second place for Belleri, the win going to Tommaso Bergagna, one of 9 riders in the breakaway who enjoyed an advantage of no more than around 2.5 minutes all day. It was windy once more, bright sunshine, 9 riders working hard to hold on to a slender lead. Finn Fisher-Black's UAE Team Emirates had ample help in controlling the breakaway from a number of teams interested in bringing it back for a bunch sprint, including Eolo Cometa and Astana. At the front of the race then, under pressure from the peloton, it started to fall apart. The first rider to drop back was Bergagna. And then the ever-aggressive Belleri tried to get clear and go solo. In the final 12 kilometres, they were bearing down fast on the breakaway under acute pressure. Bringing it back then, the team of Bingol, riding for Matteo Malucelli, one of the favourites to take the bunch sprint that was still on the cards as the riders went through 10 kilometres to go, still being driven on by the King of the Mountains, Belleri. Then with just under 8 kilometres to go, Bingol brought everything back together again, and Eolo Cometa took it up in the closing kilometre, riding for Vincenzo Albanese. Second place on stage 1 for him. Albanese in the purple jersey, well placed to try and make it a first ever victory for him at the Giro di Sicilia. But instead, it was Nicolo Bonifacio who opened up his sprint early with a tailwind, and no one was able to get round him, not even Blake Quick, who was finishing strongly for Jaco Alula. Victory, though, to Bonifacio, a first win in very nearly a year. He did it in great style, went early and held on. An excellent victory for Intermarché Circus Wanty, and a win for Bonifacio.
In the final, I go alone and yes, I find good position. And after I have good legs on the sprint, I start so early because I don't want to be close. And okay, I push to the finish and I win the race. I'm so happy.
Bonifacio with the stage victory then in front of a big crowd at the finish line in Vittoria, the winner of stage 2. Albanese in second place, picking up bonus seconds, and Damiano Caruso, last year's winner, drifting into 5th place in a bunch sprint. Finn Fisher-Black holding on to the leader's jersey after 2 days of racing, but his advantage to Vincenzo Albanese has shrunk to just 6 seconds.